What's up, guys? I'm LQ. This is the LQ Review. Thank you so much for joining me here at my YouTube channel. This is where we talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. Movies, video games, comic books, and TV shows. And right now I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on Expedition Bigfoot episode 13. And I do believe this was the season finale. I actually have my Discovery Plus up right now just to make sure that it is indeed the season finale. I'm going to check on this real fast. I'm sorry, I should have done this before I started recording, but let's just hop in here and make sure that it is the season finale. Expedition Bigfoot. Right there. Alright. Let's go to season 2. So this was like the extra content episode. And yep, it was the season finale. So this is Expedition Bigfoot. This is the extra episode that's called New Discoveries. And basically this episode just kind of gave us some insight into some of the stuff that they learned. Especially in regards to the footprints that they saw. They had an expert on there talk about how yeah, these footprints line up with what, you know, with real primate footprints. And then the eDNA, which they found primate DNA that's not human in the ground in this area. And that makes us believe, I mean, that has to lead people to the logical conclusion that there are indeed an unknown primate living in the Pacific Northwest. Right there. I mean, if eDNA is a legitimate form of science, as all of the reading that I've done says it is, a lot of you guys have chimed into the comments section and said, yep, eDNA is legit. It seems to be legit. So following that thread, following that line of thinking, there has to be an unknown primate living in the Pacific Northwest. There has to be. That, right? Science doesn't lie. So this is like really, it's really interesting to look at it from that perspective. And yeah, they talked about some thermal images that they got. Thermal images never really do anything for me. It could be a lot of different things. But this whole eDNA thing, I'm stuck on that. I can't get off of that because that seems like that is legitimate proof that there's something else out there. Howls could be anything, you know, thermal could be anything. Footprints could be, I mean, let's face it, footprints could be a lot of different things. But DNA is the next best thing to having a body. And here we have DNA. In a way, that's exactly what we have. So I'm excited for that. I think that genuinely they are onto something here. And I think that this was a definitely a major find. They also kind of tease next season. And that makes me very happy because I want to keep following these 4 scientists into the next season. I want to see what they uncover next because honestly, I'm at the point now. When I first started this in season 1, I was fairly convinced that there was a lot of show happening here. That they were doing a lot of show. Like, this is edited to make it seem more tense or more, you know, I won't say deliberate hoaxing, but maybe passive hoaxing. I'm not so convinced anymore. Those last couple episodes of season 2 really made me a believer. And I want to believe that Bigfoot's out there. I want to. Now, I said it made me a believer. Let's do this. It made me a believer. I still have to have proof. And we know that there's an anomaly out there, but we don't know it's Bigfoot yet. So I'm like still at the whole, I have to see it, but I'm convinced that there's something out there now. That's my take on it, guys. So this episode, there was not a lot of trekking, there was not a lot of walking around, there wasn't a whole lot of looking for footprints or anything like that. They really revisited some of the stuff, some of the ground that they covered in this season, and they gave us some context into the ground that they covered in the season. So especially like Russell talking about when he rappelled off that bridge to go. I thought that was good stuff. But they gave us some context into that stuff, and they gave us some findings on some of their lab results. All good stuff. But they still haven't proven that Bigfoot exists. I think that they're close though. And I think that they've proven that there's an anomaly out there. So I was into this season. Can't wait for season 3. Once season 3 drops, I will be reviewing every episode again. In the meantime, I think I mentioned I am going to start reviewing Hunting Bigfoot. I think that's what the series is called, right? I've never seen it before, and it's fairly new. Nope, Bigfoot is Real. It's called Bigfoot is Real. I will be watching that one and reviewing those because I haven't seen it yet, and it looks like it premiered last year. I don't know how I missed it. Yep. It premiered. Yep, it premiered a year ago in March of 2020. Don't know how I missed it, but I will be watching it, and I will be talking about that in between seasons of Expedition Bigfoot. So, thank you so much for joining me here at the LQ Review, guys. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you leave a comment letting me know what you thought of this episode. And thank you so much for joining me and spending time with me as we try to figure out what the heck is going on in the woods in America. So, until next time, we'll see you guys later.